Chiquinha, Chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe.
And hit the like button.
Okay, so you see this bridge? I'm going to walk across the bridge and I'm going to talk about coronavirus, and I'm going to try to share as much as I can about it for however long it takes to cross the bridge. So let's get started. We're going to walk across and I will talk about coronavirus in Macau. For one, we're all wearing a mask, myself included. You can see my mask. They give out 10 masks every 10 days and the government is helping to distribute them and ration them so that everybody can get them. And you cannot get on the buses without a mask. So, and if you do get on a bus without a mask, they will fine you immediately for 600 patakas, which is about 72 American dollars. In addition, they heat check you on the head every time you go into a building, and they also you have to do like a little QC code and identify who you are through your ID system and let them know exactly where you are, so you tell them when you go into businesses, and there's always a checker who makes you do that. And then once you put your name in, then you have to do the heat check, so that way that, you know, if they find that you have a heater and you run, you know, they know who you are already. So so there's basically like tracking here, and it's a small city and they're closing up quite a bit. Give you the latest news as of this particular date. 5 people were since Monday, there's been 5 new people who've been caught. I'm just trying to show some of this picture. I've been caught with the coronavirus, not caught, but they came in through Hong Kong through the airport. So several of them came from Europe. And they flew through Dubai and one through Moscow, and then there's 2 other flights, one from the Philippines and one from Jakarta. All 5 of them have the same thing. They flew into Hong Kong, got through all this heater scanner stuff, went across to Macau, got through those scanners. They even went through other airports. They went through Dubai and Moscow, all 5 different people, all 5 different situations, conditions, cases, dates, airplanes. And they all went through Hong Kong immigration, did the heat check, walked through that, came into Macau, went through that, and then within 24 hours, checked themselves into a hotel, checked themselves into hospital. And the 5th one was caught by the dentist when he did his heat check and had a flu, and it was a coronavirus. So anyways, we kind of thought we were at the better end of things over here, and it was safer, but that seems to be an illusion, and that's not the case at all. So now we have 5 new cases in the last 3 days, and everybody's a little bit on edge. So now we're going to share some implications for the rest of the world. So I've been watching different places and how they're handling stuff. In the Philippines, I have friends that live there, and in Manila and different cities, and they're basically shutting it down. So my one friend was saying that there's no buses, jeepneys, public transportation, nothing. So you have to walk somewhere or try to figure it out some other way. And he was saying that in his case, he's not even allowed to walk with his wife. You're not supposed to walk with other people. You just kind of go by yourself. Go to only certain stores that are open that kind of have your general needs, and you get your stuff and then you go back. And then down in Mindanao, I hear cases all over, but in one city down there in Mindanao, that particular person is in a city with 0 cases, and they are all under lockdown as well. So basically everybody is kind of locked down. And actually in that other city in Mindanao, they built a quarantine center for 120 people. So they're actually thinking about, to kind of show you a little bit of how beautiful this is. This is pretty beautiful here. I should be walking the other way, but actually when I get over the hump of this, it'll turn very interesting real quick. Somebody walking towards me. You do get a picture of this. So, okay. So they're basically in lockdown. There's a quarantine center for up to 120 people in this particular city. That particular city's name is Santos, which is in the southern part of Mindanao. But I heard pretty much everywhere, like I heard somebody else also tell me that some friends of theirs are on Malapascua, small tourist island. No more ferries running. You're there, you're gonna stay there and eat fish and chicken and fruit. You know, whatever is on the island is what you're gonna be eating. And that seems to be the case everywhere in the Philippines. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing. And I'm going to contrast that with what's happening in my home country of the United States, and what I seem to be seeing in Europe as well, is that in the United States they don't have any quarantines. I was trying to search for quarantine centers. I don't see any. I don't think they exist. They haven't prepared yet. Haven't prepared for that yet. They haven't even thought about it. For some reason, they have thought about it. I did some research. I saw that there was some military bases that they were going to turned into possible quarantine centers. One of them was called Fort Custer in Detroit. So I was immediately curious and interested in that, and I looked it up, and then it was actually closed. They decided not to do it for whatever reason. Should I keep on walking? Keep going up and up. I guess we'll keep on going. I should go back down and film this. It's actually kind of beautiful. Let's just see. Let's make a decision here. We can go up and over, or we can go back down. I think the beauty of this is quite enticing. I'll just keep on going. Okay, we're getting near the top, and I think behind me is more attractive. I don't know. I can't really see what I look like if I'm blocking the view or if I have the view. There's a view behind me. I can put the camera by my side. This is what's in front of me and to the side. So I'm gonna talk like that, I guess. And I'm gonna contrast this with, let's see what that looks like. That looks all right. So I'm gonna contrast that with what's happening in Asia. So one of the big things is Macau, Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, Korea. They all have 4 things in common, and I'm also going to add Philippines too. They're also adding, well, Philippines has a little bit more resource problems, but they're still attempting to do some major things. One of them is shutting things down and kind of aggressive containment, and trying to identify it. So once they find somebody who has it, that person is isolated into a quarantine center from everyone else, so that another person doesn't get it. And then in addition to that, they also go through their social contacts. They see where they were, anybody that they might have interacted with, and then like the case of Macau, which is the same in China, is once you're identified, then they can find out where you've been, and then they can notify other people that were in the same place because you put your name through the system. I'm gonna show this way because now I'm getting up to the top, to the peak. So because of that, that's beautiful up here. So because of that, actually you can see there's very few cars. Things are pretty quiet in Macau. This is one of the busiest bridges, which should have a number of cars on it, right? But it doesn't. So anyways, that's happening. That's happening here, and then I noticed in the West, they're like, oh, it's going down in Korea and China, but they don't understand what people are doing over here to, you know, the policies in place and what's happening with the isolation and everything else. Like, they don't get it. They think like, oh, the weather must be getting better, or oh, it's only the flu. Oh, I heard another one. Somebody was looking at the Diamond Princess, and they're like, oh, look, but, you know, those Diamond Princess people are all like being fed and resting and have care given to them. You know, they're not like people in the States, you know, or Italy, or what Wuhan was at the initial stages, where they're stuck and they can't really get a bed because there's no resources, and they can't really get ventilators because there's no resources, and, you know, people don't have masks who are attending them, and on and on and on. So basically, you know, I think it's going to really destroy the resources everywhere. And so I don't know, I'm really hoping for the best, but I don't think that the United States in particular is ready for it. Definitely aren't on a policy level or an administrative level. Looks like they're going to try to give the power to the individual 50 states, and then, I don't know, maybe give them individual money. I saw Michigan in particular, their state senate passed a big bill to get some money to be able to fight it. I don't know what the federal government's doing. I think they're just giving, they're doing different things. They're going to give stock market stimulus, and then also I think they're mostly concerned about the economy more than the health. So they're also going to give people spending money, which I guess is also good too in its own little way. Definitely don't want to get into politics of anything like that, but there's another that's a little bit nervous. Ambulance. I hope it's on case number 16. Whew, man. So anyways, people are a little bit edgy around here today. And actually this is pretty small sample compared to what's probably going on around the world right now. I think everybody in every city is dealing with this in a different way. And even like for us, you know, like Italy has as of today, I think there's like 35,000 cases or something like that. So we don't have anywhere near that amount, of course. But you know, just these 5 new cases that just are imported and come in has everybody nervous, right? Like you don't know where they ban or who else they contaminated or anything else. And I think it's way safer here than anywhere else. I'd rather be here than anywhere else right now. Small city that can lock its borders and respond as an individual city. So I think I'm in a better place than other places for sure, but the stress level is high. Anyways, we're gonna keep walking down this bridge, and I don't know if I want to continue. I think that's all I want to say, but you know, I think basically what I wanted to say was exactly what's happening in here, and the policies that's taking place, and what we experience here, and what the most recent current events are going on here compared to what I see is not happening in the United States for preparation, and it seems like it's also not happening in parts of Western Europe that are also experiencing a high increase. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Nobody knows. Could be anything could happen. Nobody knows. So we'll just leave it with that, and maybe this would be kind of a historical document of many kinds of different YouTubers who are recording their experiences, and this is part of my repertoire of stuff that I'll be posting online. So you can hear some of what we're talking about on March 17, I think, 2020.
Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da vida.